wrestling fans, Brian Thompson here with you on another exciting edition of Throwback Championship Wrestling. And what an exciting week of action we have for you. It's six-man tag team action as the Dixon line, Ken Dixon, Rob Locke, and Joe Keys take on the Originals. King Shane Williams, of course, with the lovely Queen Taylor, the Nature Boy Paul Lee, and Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz. And hey, if that's not enough action for you, we got even more as two of the great young superstars in female wrestling today. I'm talking about the Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neal, and international superstar Rebel. They do battle also this week on Throwback Championship Wrestling TV. Hey, let's don't wait any longer. The show begins. Throwback Championship Wrestling begins right now.
Is a six-man tag scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at this time. They are the team of Joe Keys, Ken Dixon, and Rob Locke. They are the Dixon
Thompson ringside here with you again. Exciting action as you're going to see six of the finest young athletes in our sport today doing battle. And three of them are in the ring at this time. And man, obviously, the Dixon line had... Wait, what are they doing?
Here are the team of Joe Keys, Ken Dixon, and Rob Locke. They are the Dixon Line!
Well, the Dixon line obviously wanted an additional introduction, and they received one. All the fun and games are about to end, though, because the opposition is about to make its way to the ring. Here we go. The Originals are about to appear, and there they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents tonight, making their way to the ring, being accompanied by Queen Taylor. They are the team of Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz, the Nature Boy, Paul Lee, and the King, Shane Williams. They are the Originals!
The Originals have arrived, led by the lovely, as always, Queen Taylor. You're looking at Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz to your far right. His partner to the far left in the obviously beautiful robe that says Nature Boy. The Nature Boy himself, Paul Lee. And the man that always looks like royalty in the green shirt is the King, Shane Williams. They are the Originals, and they are here in Throwback Championship Wrestling. We are bringing you the absolute best, the absolute finest that our sport has to offer today, and you're seeing six of them about to do battle. Make it seven. Don't forget about the lovely Queen Taylor. She brings a lot to the table as well. Great athletes. It's what Throwback Championship Wrestling is all about. We've had a great 2016, and man, let me tell you, as we enter the final months of this great year, The future is brighter than ever before. Major announcements are on the horizon. Of course, one way to stay up to date is to watch this very broadcast in whatever format you choose. Throwback Championship Wrestling Television. You can also visit us online at throwbackchampionshipwrestling.com, the website, and of course, social media. We are on Facebook. Find us and like us. The Dixon line right now is not liking the fact that the originals are all 3 and 4s in the middle of the ring. Referee for this contest, senior official Doug Markham. And King Shane Williams is getting ready. He's showing that he is primed, pumped, and in great physical condition, and he can strut a little bit too. How about that? Oh my! Well, a picture right there is certainly worth more than 1,000 words, as King Shane Williams told the Dixon line in no uncertain terms exactly what he thinks of them.
Get up here.
Now the Nature Boy, Paul Lee, getting in the act. He can strut a little bit too. Look at that. 3 great athletes in the form of the originals. The Nature Boy, Paul Lee, King Shane Williams, and the man who looks to start this battle, Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz. Bell sounds, and to oppose Schultz to start things off, it's going to be Rob Locke. Locke cinches in now on the left arm. Going to twist up, tie up, Mr. Everybody Knows. Sean Schultz has made certainly a name for himself, bigger and better than ever before in 2016. I see nothing but an extremely bright future for him. But he can't be thinking too far into the future. The present is right now, and he has some tough competition to deal with, courtesy of the Dixon line, and he is finding that out right now as Rob Locke takes control. But look at this. Just as you say that, Sean Schultz shows you exactly why he has done what he has done and will be doing what he will do. Locke now, Irish whip out of the corner hard. Schultz into the turnbuckle. Oh, Schultz tried to get the foot up. Locke catches it, but look at this. That's a unique defensive maneuver that gives the offense back to Mr. Everybody Knows. We're going to see the King now. Shane Williams tagged in, and Rob Locke wisely rolls to his corner, his part of town, tags in the leader of the Dixon line, the big man, Ken Dixon. Collar and elbow tie-up, King Shane Williams, Ken Dixon in this 6-man tag team battle to start Throwback Championship Wrestling TV this week. Impressive show of power by Ken Dixon. You can see that he certainly keeps himself in tip-top physical condition, as do all 6 men you see on your television screen right now. Back to a collar and elbow tie-up. We're still in the early going. Individuals figuring themselves out. Scoop. Body slam hard by Ken Dixon. The strength, the power he has certainly being showcased right there. I think King Shane Williams, who's a powerful man in his own right, was not necessarily expecting that kind of power from the big man Ken Dixon, but Dixon certainly has it. Williams showing a fist toward the opposition, saying to Rob Locke and Joe Key, stay on the outside. It's Dixon and I. Collar and elbow tie up again, and Dixon with a knee to the midsection now applies the side headlock. Looks to grind it in on King Shane Williams. As mentioned, so many announcements, man. I'm chomping at the bit to tell you. I feel like a kid at Christmas who just got his first present and wants to call his best friend and tell them exactly what it is. I can't do it. I've been sworn to secrecy. All I can say, though, is it's going to be a huge year coming up, 2017. But we're not through with 2016. Still plenty of time to go. And there's going to be some huge announcements forthcoming big events. Can't wait to tell you about them. Leapfrog by King Shane Williams. Leapfrog again by the King. Look at this. Wait a minute. Shane Williams has wrapped him, well, I can't really say he's wrapped himself up. He has turned himself into a ball. Ken Dixon doesn't know. Ken Dixon has no idea what to do here. He's just kind of rolling Williams over. Williams would make a great bowling ball right now. It would help my game tremendously, although I don't bowl that often. But if I did, I would use King Shane Williams in his present state to do that. Doug Markham, referee, even confused here. Well, what are we going to do? You can't pin the man. Look at this. You roll in one direction, there's a shoulder up at all given times. I have zero idea what Shane Williams, the King himself, has in mind with this particular piece of offense. That's all I've got. Oh, wait a minute! Shane Williams! Drop kick by the King! Shane Williams had a game plan, somewhat of a psych-out job, and it worked, and now tag in for the Nature Boy, Paulie, double team coming up. Drop toe hold, elbow combination from the King and the Nature Boy. Another drop toe hold. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, monkey see, monkey do. We may be getting a trio of figure 4 leg locks. Look at this. Oh, my. It's hard to call. We have 3 figure 4s. Nature Boy Paul Lee has Joe Keys. Rob Locke is tied up by Sean Schultz. And King Shane Williams has Ken Dixon also in a figure 4. Or did. They're starting to let their opposition go. The Originals are standing tall this week on Throwback Championship Wrestling. Wow, that's not something you see every day. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Now wait a second right there. Joe Keys was saying something or distracting Queen Taylor. Shane Williams didn't like it, but now Shane Williams finds himself in a bad situation. I think he tagged back in, and now he's technically going to be the legal man, and that's not a good scenario right now for the Originals, as Ken Dixon now kicking away at the King. Shane Williams saw the Dixon line messing with his woman, his queen. He didn't like it, but he's paying the price for saying something about it right now. As the Dixon line, look at this, quick tags in and out. This is not good for the lower back of the King. Torture to Shane Williams. It's now Joe Keys in. First time I think we've seen him as a legal man. Shane Williams got caught in the bad part of town, so to speak, when it comes to tag team wrestling and 6-man tag team wrestling, certainly. In a situation where you have 3, really a 3-on-1 scenario. Did not work out for the King, but never count him out. He's shooting some left jabs, flip-flop, and fly. Double thrust down, double punch to the throat area of Joe Keys, courtesy of the King, Shane Williams. And just when you start to count him out, the King shows you why he's one of the best in our sport. Although, he got floored right there by Joe Keys, who's going to go for a cover. Referee there, 1, 2, and 2. Nature Boy Paul Lee was thinking about coming in, but he didn't need to, fortunately, for the Originals. Oh, back to the bad part of town we talked about. Shane Williams, and now the emotions getting the better of the other 2 Originals, and this is not good for their King. Look at this. Rob Locke, Joe Keys, Bulldog knee combination, nasty. Nasty double team right there. I think Williams is out. 1, 2. Cool. I thought Shane Williams might have been knocked unconscious from that combination. He's certainly being punished right now by Rob Locke. Full Nelson being applied on the King. Shane Williams has traveled up and down the roads. All 6 of these men, these competitors, and Queen Taylor as well, they are certainly not fly-by-night performers. You don't see them show up only about 10, 15 minutes from home. These are world-traveled athletes competing, putting it all on the line right here on Throwback Championship Wrestling. Williams needs the fan support to help him get to a vertical base. He did. But sensing trouble, Rob Block let the hold go and threw some other shots in the back, the kidney area. The King and now tagged back in seconds ago to Ken Dixon. And they still have Shane Williams in no man's land. It's always imperative, always important in a tag team situation, whether it's a regular tag team match or one of these six-mans. Cover was made by Ken Dixon. The King still has some fight. But the point I was making, you always want to keep the opposition in your part of the ring in a tag team situation. And that's exactly what the Dixon line has been successful doing thus far in this particular contest. Bullet Babe Amber O'Neal and Rebel still to come on this week's broadcast. Two of the finest young female wrestlers in our sport today. And they're going to be featured in our main event a little bit later on in this broadcast. But right now, we still have some tremendous six-man tag team action to go. King Shane Williams is in trouble. I think it's very, very important if Williams doesn't make a tag within the next minute or so. I don't know if he can hang on. I mean, you're talking about the Dixon line, a great trio that works together on a regular basis. And they're just pounding away on Williams in the corner. Not good whatsoever. Legal man was Joe Keys, tags back out to Rob Locke. Double suplex coming up from the Dixon line. Wait a minute, Shane Williams turned it into a double neck breaker. King Shane Williams was an inch away from, I think, being put away in this contest. But just like that, good sense of where he was, turned it in to a double neck breaker. Tag to the Nature Boy. Paul Lee in the ring, House of Fire. Take it down, Ken Dixon. Atomic drop. Double back body drop for Rob Block and Joe Keys from the Nature Boy. Paul Lee and Ken Dixon, they're the legal men in this matchup right now. Irish Whip reversal. Up and over the top. Nature Boy. He catches. Dixon, Nature Boy going airborne. This never works, but again that time. We've seen a Nature Boy or two try that in the past, unsuccessfully on many occasions, but this time, in this setting, it worked for Paul Lee. But Dixon caught Lee. Wait a minute, Lee hanging on. Oh, he's just cracked the back of Ken Dixon. Did the Nature Boy. Wait a minute, from behind, watch out, Paul. Paul Lee now in this thing now, wait a minute. Law and Order, poor Doug Markham, I don't envy him whatsoever. Having to try to control and maintain a six-man tag, and this one's breaking down. I think Paul Lee is still legal, maybe Ken Dixon. Oh, meeting of the minds for Rob Block and Joe Keys. Two out. Dixon, yes, Dixon is still the legal man. Nature Boy with a suplex. Now what does the Nature Boy have in mind? Are we going to see another figure four? We saw one earlier, a trio of figure fours earlier, but maybe just one now. Wait a minute. Schultz wanting in now. I think did Schultz tag? I think he did tag. Lee's out. Wait a minute, from behind. Swing and a miss by Ken Dixon. DDT by Sean Schultz. Cover. 1, 2, 3. The Originals get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of this match, the King, Shane Williams, the Nature Boy, Paul Lee, and Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz.
Well, interesting situation there. Sean Schultz, I guess, didn't feel that he had enough time in the match, and Well, just when we thought the Nature Boy was about to put things away with the figure 4, Schultz had to insert himself, and still, hey, bottom line is the Originals are going home with the winner's share of the purse, and in layman's terms, folks, that's more money as a result of being victorious, led by the Queen.
Shane Williams, the Nature Boy, Pauline, and Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz.
I'm not sure. I think there's a little bit of questioning going on here from Paul Lee, if you can kind of watch what's breaking down in the ring. And boy, Sean Schultz, I mean, you think he just won the Super Bowl or something. I mean, yeah, great victory, but that is Mr. Everybody Knows, Sean Schultz. He's one of a kind, and he is one of the great young up-and-comers here in Throwback Championship Wrestling. Well, let's raise his hand again. Let's remind everybody, there you go. The Originals, your winners this week on Throwback Championship Wrestling.
This is Crimson. You're watching Throwback Championship Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at this time, she's the first lady of the most dominant faction in professional wrestling, the Bullet Club. She is the Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neil.
The Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neil. She is a gorgeous young lady, but don't let those pretty looks fool you. She can be vicious in the middle of that ring. Main event action coming up this week on Throwback Championship Wrestling. The Bullet Babe is going to have her hands full with the young lady you will see make her way to ringside in just a matter of moments. The music is playing, and we have the main event coming up. As mentioned, it's TNA Knockout Rebel as the opposition for Bullet Babe Amber O'Neil on this week's main event on Throwback Championship Wrestling. Doug Markham assigned this contest. Wait a minute, Amber O'Neil cannot believe Rebel is showing that she can do the splits too. Wait a minute! Watch out! Amber O'Neil took exception to Rebel trying to, I guess, mock O'Neil's entrance. And now we have a situation going on off camera. I can tell you this from sitting in this arena, that O'Neil is taking, now they're coming into camera view. O'Neil is just taking control of Rebel into the steel post. O'Neil posted Rebel. I don't think we've actually officially began this match. I never heard Doug Markham call for a bell. It may be elementary at this point, because we have two ladies that are having one heck of a fight. Well, maybe it is official. Heck, I don't know. Main event action. The Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neil, affiliated with the Bullet Club. Now, there we go. Now it's official. I was correct. I didn't think my hearing was getting that bad this quickly. I'm still relatively young. We'll just say that much. Bullet Babe Amber O'Neil attacked Rebel as Rebel was trying to enter the ring, and that has given O'Neil an early advantage. Maybe hard for Rebel to combat this. Oh, but never count Rebel out. Look at that. Sunset flip over. 1, 2. Clothesline by Rebel. Yeah, there's a reason you've seen Rebel on national television with Impact Wrestling. A TNA Knockout has mentioned these ladies. They can't seem to keep it in the ring. Rebel getting somewhat of her second win is going to try to get some revenge on Amber O'Neil for what O'Neil did to her on the floor, and you can kind of see in the left-hand corner of your screen Rebel doing the damage, a little bit as mentioned of a receipt, a little payback to the Bullet Babe. Oh! open hand chop. You can hear that. Whether you saw it or not, you heard it. We're bringing you the absolute finest in our sport. Whether it's male or female, you're seeing two of the great young ladies that are applying their craft at this point in time. Amber O'Neal with a choke, referee Doug Markham admonishing her there. Saying, come on, I can't tell. Looks like she might even be biting Rebel. Right the eyes. I told you. I said, look, when she came out, if you hadn't seen her before, the Bullet Babe, she is gorgeous, a good-looking lady. But that doesn't mean she doesn't mind breaking rules, and she is proving that. She attacked her opponent. She threw her into steel post. She's choking her now. Amber O'Neal wants to be victorious by any means necessary. Look at this. Extending that long leg. Using it as a weapon of force into the throat of Rebel. Introduces Rebel into the top turnbuckle. Throwback Championship Wrestling.com. Keep up to date with us. Find out more details on some of the huge announcements I have mentioned. Can't tell them to you. I want to so bad, I promise you. The Bullet Babe continues to choke. Again, there's another one. Doug Markham's going to have to use some discretion here. This is getting a little out of hand. I mean, come on. You got to a count of 5, but you cannot just repeatedly choke. Eventually, a referee's going to have to step in and do something about it. Fortunately, Rebel able to combat it there a little bit. Oh, a kick to the midsection. Rebel thinking something, maybe powerbomb here. She can get the Bullet Babe up. Oh, a thumber, a rake in the eyes. Oh, and a low blow. Well, I know certainly when a gentleman is hit with a low blow, it's a feeling you don't want to feel. I would imagine for the ladies, it kind of works the same to some degree. And now just fist from the Bullet Babe. She is vicious. Good to look at, but very, very vicious. She can take half the men I know. In a fight, I'm not talking about out to dinner, I'm talking about in a fight. She is mean, and she is bad, and she is here competing in Throwback Championship Wrestling, the place everybody wants to be. When you talk about the finest competition, word gets out in the wrestling business. Hey, where's a place where I can test my skills to the maximum of my talents? And one of the names that comes up almost every time in that conversation is Throwback Championship Wrestling. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing on this week's television broadcast. Brian Thompson here at ringside, proud to be with you. However you're watching us, thank you. It's your hard-earned money that keep us going. They allow us to bring you the competition, the level of competition you're seeing. Irish whip, no reversal. Bullet Babe, Amber O'Neal coming at Rebel. Rebel connects, though, with the back elbow. Oh, and both ladies had the same thing in mind, clothesline. It's been a little bit back and forth. We went to the floor. But now it could be the first lady to get to her respective feet that has the added edge that's going to be necessary to be victorious in this main event contest on this week's Throwback Championship Wrestling TV. Count of 6 now by referee Doug Markham. We're up to 7. 10 and then it's over. But both ladies now are back to a vertical base. Forearm by Rebel. Retaliation by the Bullet Babe. And these two young ladies are just trying to rearrange their gorgeous faces. And now one-handed choker. We got somebody going for a choke slam or something? Look at this. This is Split City. My gosh. Talk about flexibility from both these young ladies. And now from a split position, they're having a fisticuff, a forearm, and a punch, teeing off on each other. Rebel gets the final shot in. Rebel is seen on Impact Wrestling. Axe handle there again. She is connecting on the Bullet Babe. Amber O'Neal spinning heel kick from Rebel. Oh, leg drop, mistimed it. Split leg drop there, did not connect. Now Rebel's going to have to recalibrate, but she tastes a super kick from the Bullet Babe. Cover. Oh! You know, the Bullet Club historically have used a super kick to success. Of course, the Young Bucks, their super kick parties, and Amber O'Neal has certainly learned from that association. Delivered one. I thought it might have knocked Rebel out, but it was not to be. Rebel, double tough too. Look at this. Scoop and slam. There's the drop of the leg. And a victory for Rebel. What a victory for the TNA Knockout from Impact Wrestling Rebel, and a big part of Throwback Championship Wrestling. What a week it's been. That young lady victorious, blowing kisses to all her fans. And hey, I think she blew one my way. Hey, a guy can dream.